Siegal, and at the time of the tornado, I lived at 104 Woodlawn in the Potwin area, and we were safe. Well, a very dear friend of mine was Dr. Robin Harder and his wife Dorothy Lou Harder, he was the minister at East Topeka Methodist Church, and he knew more of what was going on and pretty much set up a center there at the church in East Topeka. So there have been several, I think, people and organizations that haven't gotten quite as much credit as I think they deserve. And one of them was the Mennonite Disaster Service. I think what happened was that the tornado hit first in the southwest part of the town and skipped and jumped over to the northeast. So all the attention went to that first section that was hit. The Mennonites, however, came in. They were fully prepared for a disaster. They bring in their own food, their own water, all their own tools, gas-powered tools. They require nothing from the community. They are totally self-sufficient and very well trained. And they immediately went to East Topeka, which had been hard hit and which was being ignored, and immediately started taking the trees, cutting the trees down, off the electric wires and covering over things. And they did an absolutely fantastic job. And then as everybody got organized and things got put in place and the recovery services were functioning, then they just quietly left. And I don't think they've gotten as much credit as they deserved. When Katrina hit, I'm living at Brewster Place and was at that time. I put a notice on the board saying that for Katrina, I was going to give money to the Mennonite Disaster Service because I knew what a wonderful organization they were. And Dr. Robert Parman, who was also living at Brewster, thanked me, and he told me that the Mennonites at the tornado had gone around and cleared the driveways of all the physicians' homes so that the physicians could get to the hospitals. I had never heard that before, but he said they came and cleared his driveway so he was able to go there. So I just want them to get some of the credit that they never seek but often deserve. Bob had set up a kind of a center at the East Topeka Methodist Church and was doing a lot. And the man who was in charge of the Red Cross, I don't remember his name, I remember what he looked like. He was a very sweet man, very eager to help, but not very experienced, and he didn't have very much power. For example, the Red Cross gave him permission to give out vouchers so that the people in East Topeka could go to Penny's or Sears, which were downtown, in order to get blankets. However, there was a curfew. I don't know if you know that, but there was a curfew, and they could not get to those stores. Well, Bob contacted Judge Newton Vickers, who was, I think he was on the national board of the Red Cross at the time. Not absolutely certain of that, but he had some kind of official Red Cross connection. And he contacted the National Red Cross and said, listen, you've got to give that person in Topeka the authority to go and get the blankets himself and give them out because the people cannot get to the stores.